If this is your first time here, please give it a thumbs up and a subscribe. Really helps the channel grow. Without any further ado, here's Laura Marano. So, Laura, thank you so much for joining me today because, I mean, obviously because we're both, millennials, we all know technology and how it works so well. So, I mean, we know what we're doing.
So well. Yeah, no, I love that we tried to do this earlier and we had such a good mentality. We're like, we're going to push through this. It's going to be fine. Like, I really couldn't hear you super well on the first few questions, but I'm like, it's fine. I'm going to push through it. It's going to be great. And then it just, technology was like, nah, it's not going to happen. Yeah. So,
It was like, hold on, maybe one more time. It's like, you can hold on a little bit longer. No, we can't hold on forever. We can hold on a little bit longer.
I like that. I like that very much.
Thank you very much. That's what I do. Hey, Laura, it's been an exciting week for you. You have so much going on. And honestly, for it being a quarantine, I think you may have done more press the last couple of weeks than anybody I've ever seen doing press during a quarantine. Talk to me about your last 2 weeks. It has been busy.
It has been busy, and it's funny. It's like, yeah, I ironically also feel like I'm performing more than I ever have, which is hilarious considering how much we're not doing in-person performances. There's like 0 in-person performances, but thank God for the internet and for technology, I guess, in some ways. Every day has kind of been different. So it has truly been incredibly busy, but it also, it's been busy in different ways. So I've been doing a lot of press for Can't Hold On Forever, obviously. I've also been working on new music and recording and submitting and getting ready for new music to come out in June and July. I've also been doing some other filming stuff, which is going to be exciting. I've been doing some filming cool stuff with Can't Hold On Forever, which should be out soon. So I feel like I'm just a person that is being torn apart in many different directions. It's great.
And I think there's a lot of people that are interested in putting out music right now because the quarantine is going on and they think, oh, you know what, I want to see my music come out. But you really have a quality song that have come out. I mean, I was talking to some friends about this, Can't Hold On Forever. The lyrics in it, I literally, the first time I sat down and listened to it, I just said, damn. I mean, because the song is strong, it's sexy, it's lyrically just there. It puts that image in your mind. It's put you back to your best relationship days. Talk to me about that song, the writing of it, and getting ready to release it. Was that the message or the feeling you were trying to put out with it?
Totally. Well, it's funny. It's one, I love hearing from different people, whether they're fans or just listeners or whatever, what they get from the song and what vibe they're getting, what inspires inside of them, right? First of all, it's funny that you kind of said the music, people want to put out music right now. The ironic thing is I was planning on putting out music before all of this happened. So, there was a moment where I was like, is this weird to put out music? And then for me, I was like, no, I think it's good to kind of put art out there and connect with people. And, if I don't work in some way, I will go crazy. So, I feel fortunate and feel lucky enough that I can work and do stuff during this time. And Can't Hold On Forever is a song that I actually wrote in 2016,
wow,
which is kind of crazy. Yeah, and for me, the song is about desperately wanting to share a moment with someone and disregarding any future thoughts, right? So there might not be a potential for a stable future. There might not be a potential for any future, but it's a little bit like that doesn't matter. I just want you right here, right now, in the form that you're in any shape, way, or form, right? And it's funny because getting your perspective or other listeners' perspectives, even my boyfriend's perspective, we wrote it together in 2016 before we started dating. It was the first day we ever met. And his perspective from writing it is he thought we were writing a breakup song. So we were even on the same page of what the concept and what the song is about. But that's kind of what I love about the song. I love that I am hearing different people connect to it in different ways. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and it's one of those songs that I think once you hear it the first time, it's like, this is the song that you want to hear loud in the car or the song that you want to hear at the club, because it does want to want to get moving when you hear this song.
Oh, yeah. You want to get moving. You want to have this dramatic, moody moment with someone.
keeping up with that new song, our first Twitter question is from Laura X Hayes. Are we going to get a music video for Can't Hold On Forever?
Ish, right? So there is no official music video for Can't Hold On Forever. I've done a lyric video, which is already out. And I am going to be doing a special video that is not the official music video, but is another kind of special visual that I think my fans are going to really enjoy. So I'm excited about that.
How about for the people that may have not heard your music, who may be saying, okay, what is this new song? I've heard about it. What's your 20-second pitch to get people the last little bit to head over to YouTube, to listen to it, to head over to wherever they listen to their music and check it out?
I love it. I love it. So it is a moody, dramatic, ends up being ultimately an epic plea for someone to spend a moment with them and just stay there right then and there. So it becomes quite epic. But it is quite moody. It's so fun to sing. It was so fun to write. And I just love how dramatic it gets. I love that part of it.
As for your super dedicated fans, they may have noticed in the past year, your characters have been quite varied in the last couple of projects that you have put out. Who would be the most fun to be stuck in quarantine with, Celia Lieberman, Kat Decker, or Allie Dawson?
Celia Lieberman probably would be the most fun. I love me some Allie, love Kat, but they're both a little shy and both a little, I feel like we wouldn't connect as much as Celia. Celia would be so hilarious. She's sarcastic. She just would make me laugh the whole time.
You talk about that love for Allie and that character. That was a large chunk of your life. Recently, you were able to go back and revisit some of that just vibe of having everybody together. You had a reunion with some of the Austin and Allie cast. What was that like for you, and when was the last time you had all been together like that?
So we hadn't all been together probably, I think, for like 2, maybe even 3 years, which is bananas. I think it was 2. I'm trying to remember. It was in February and we went to Islands. It was so special. It was so special coming together like that on Zoom. We were actually planning on hanging out before quarantine hit. It was like literally the week the NBA closed their season. I feel like even like the night maybe, we were all like, we're going to hang out, we're going to do this. And then it all kind of went a little bit crazy. I love them so much, and they have such a special, incredibly a huge part of my heart. So it was so awesome getting to have a Zoom reunion, and we're all like, we would be down for any sort of reunion. We love each other.
I love to hear that, because you never know. Some casts don't say that. We're like, oh yeah, we might not do another reunion. I don't think we want to do that. It's good to hear that you guys are still so close and connected like that. So that's awesome. Okay,
sure.
So you do a lot of performing, and you've been doing it for a really long time. I mean, going all the way back to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Well, actually, you've been performing on stage a lot more recently, correct? In the past couple of years than you did, when you were younger, correct?
On stage, do you mean like
for musically?
Yeah, for sure. I started professionally singing when I was like, I'd say 16, 17, but really, to be honest, it really kicked into gear at 19. Right. And I always was singing, though. I was like singing in my elementary school winter shows or our music theater. I was always singing in school and always singing in any shape, way, or form. I feel like my first solo I remember that I ever got was in first grade. It was Santa Claus Is Coming to Town. And I actually had to miss it because I got a job.
Oh,
goodness. I did all the practice singing it. And then I had to miss the performance because I had an acting job. And so the next year in second grade, I had Frosty the Snowman, and I nailed it. I was like, I'm booking myself out. I'm doing this performance.
There's nothing like playing Frosty at the wintertime. I love, there's something just super special about Christmas movies. So your Christmas movie, it was really exciting to watch the other day. That's like a part of history. You can watch that year after year now, having that sort of Christmas movie out there.
I was so excited to do a Christmas movie.
I do want to ask you another question from one of our Twitter people out there. SabbyYXHale wants to know, were you ever nervous to perform live? You've been performing for so long. Were you ever nervous to perform live, and what show was it?
Oh, totally. Oh my God. It's funny though, because I feel like I get more nervous now. I think when I was younger, and I'd say even the same thing with about acting. I started acting professionally when I was 5. I was always kind of singing. There's something about being young that you just don't have any inhibitions or any fears or any insecurities. And as you grow up, all the insecurities kind of creep in. So for my Roxy show last year, I was petrified. I was kind of losing my voice a little bit. I had, I invested so much into the show, and I was like so petrified, and it went so amazingly well. I was like so special. And I think for me, I always kind of look back in that moment being like, in the moment, I didn't even really take in how special and how incredible the night was. I think I was just like excited. It all went well and it was fine. And I wanted to hang out with like a billion people who were there. But looking back, I'm like, oh, that was such a special moment for me. And I know after that, my next in-person performance, I'm really going to work on like celebrating in the moment and taking in the moment as it comes.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of like that fine line, right? Between like when you're so nervous, you're just so focused in on what you're doing because you don't want to have anything go wrong. That you can't really just sort of improvise and be loose and just enjoy it. Yeah.
Totally. And it's funny because I actually had to in the show, like we had two things that happened. One where if the song is supposed to, one of the songs is supposed to go into the next song. It was actually Can't Hold On Forever. I finished with Forever, and it's supposed to go into my newest song that had just come out that day, FEOU. And it's supposed to automatically go in, the music like starts playing, and it wasn't. And I had my in-ears on, and I knew it wasn't. And I look over, and my drummer, something had happened. He was in charge of like turning it on, and something happened with his in-ears. And I had no idea what we were going to do, because how the setup is you have it go from Can't Hold On Forever to FEOU. Like that's how the tracks that were playing that weren't there, right? I just had a drummer and a guitarist, and I would sometimes play keys. That's how it would go. So I thought, are we going to have to do Can't Hold On Forever again to get to FEOU? We just finished it. So I just had to on the fly, like talk to my audience and just kind of like, fly it off, and we ended up making it work, and it was totally fine, and no one seemed to know what happened, which was great. But I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
And those stories are really the ones you'll look back on and just sort of be like, we got through it,
100%, totally.
Okay, so I do have a couple of games that I want us to play. Before we get into that, though, I've got to ask you, because I've seen it online, but it's never really gotten into very in-depthly. You were a voice in Finding Nemo. How did that come about? Where did that originate, and what do you remember from that recording session?
Well, I do want to add some clarity. My sister and I are both voices, but we are the equivalent of what an extra would be in a live action movie or TV show, right? We are the background voices. So we're not like an actual character or anything. We played the fish and we played the sea turtles. And so how that kind of happened, you have these things for live action movies as well as animated movies where it's loop ADR groups. And what that basically means is in live action films as well as animated films, they're just kind of funny because obviously they're different. But in live action films, you have extras who aren't allowed to say things, but they're in the background, and they actually hire a group of voices and people to fill in that background sound or what they would be. So that's what we were doing for Finding Nemo, except we weren't, we were being the background voices of drawn fish and drawn sea turtles, which was so cool and so fun. And I didn't totally grasp the movie or anything. Obviously, like it hadn't come out or anything. It was in the beginning process. So when it came out and I was actually going to be part of this epic, incredible animated movie, I feel like one of my favorite Pixar movies. I might be a little bit biased.
Oh, yeah.
I was just blown away. I was so happy. Vanessa and I can kind of point out our voices. I have a hard time pointing out our voice during the School of Fish when Nemo's like his first day of school in the beginning, but we can kind of hear our voices when the sea turtles there, and all the sea turtles like lovingly attack Marlin because they're like so excited about like that he saved Dory and all these, and about Nemo and all these kind of different things. You can kind of point out our voices there, which is cool.
But you know what? Those are always super exciting to look back on. Those, even if it's small, it's going to be very, it can be really special to just the experience. I remember I was a dead body on NCIS. And I always look back on that. It was awesome. Like I was shot in a car, so I'm just like laying there on the steering wheel, and they come over and check my pulse. And they go, "Yeah, he's dead." So that was my NCIS moment, and I will always love that. And it was a background extra kind of deal. So
It's amazing. Oh my God.
Always so much fun. You have said you're a Harry Potter fan. Last question before the game. What is your Harry Potter house?
It is Gryffindor.
Gryffindor all day.
No, I saw it. Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. All right, Laura, we've got 4 of your songs here. It's time to find out, when the pressure is on, if you can complete the lyric. We're starting off with Boombox. The lyric is, I want you to spin me round, right round, till we disappear. Yeah, cause when I look back on it, blank.
Okay, so round, right round, till we disappear. Yeah, cause when I look back on it, life lacked the Sonic.
Boom! What a line too. Life lacked the Sonic. Woo.
Life lacked the Sonic. And little fun thing here for Austin and Allie. Allie worked at the Sonic. Boom.
Oh wow! We're just getting all sorts of nuggets here.
Easy.
Fun facts with Laura Marano. Okay, next song is Me, and the lyric is, tell me the things that you want and I'll be your supplier. I gotta know, does it mean blank?
I gotta know, doesn't mean anything.
Okay, you got it. Well done. Are you nervous at all about this? You seem like you just go right into it and you just know.
You have to understand, I've been performing these songs literally throughout quarantine, so I know them so well, it's ridiculous.
All right, great. So our next song, FEOU.
Yes.
I wish you weren't so good to me. You can't forget, 'cause years later, you'll blank.
Because 7 years later, you'll have to explain to her why you can't commit.
Wow, well done. Well done. You're 3 for 3. 1 more to go.
God.
Let's see what you got. From Everybody Loves Christmas.
Oh, this one actually might be a little tough for me, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see.
The time that I don't understand, wishing I wasn't afraid, I've come so close. What's this holiday about? Blank.
God, okay. What's this holiday about? All this time? Oh, wait. Okay, hold on.
Oh!
Hold on. All this time been Wait. I got this. I don't understand. I wasn't afraid. Come so close. What's this holiday about? All this time I've been hiding out.
Oh! There it is!
Yeah.
Well done. Thought I could switch you up with the note change there, taking it up a notch.
I was like,
You were
that's the lyric with the note.
The most Googled questions about Laura Marano.
Oh dear. So am I answering the most Googled questions about me?
Yes.
I'm very excited.
Is Laura Marano a twin?
No, I am not, but I have an older sister, Vanessa, and we look so much alike. I know a lot of people think that we're twins.
Is Laura Marano married to Ross Lynch?
I am not. I'm not married at all. And I love Ross, but we are not dating in any shape, way, or form.
When is Laura Marano's birthday?
It is 11/29/1995. I love that I gave that date, November 29th. I'm like, birth date of birth.
So, fun fact, I am actually November 17th, so I wonder if Laura is a Scorpio, but you just were on the edge of the Scorpio.
Sagittarius. My sister's a Scorpio. She is a Halloween baby. She's born Halloween night. But I am a Sagittarius.
Very exciting. Okay, what is Laura Marano doing right now?
I'm doing some press right now. I have to say, I actually get this question when I meet fans in the street or in person. I feel like I always get the question of like, what are you doing now? Like, I love you on Austin Alley. And so I'm now getting that actually after the perfect date, which is pretty cool. But I've been doing movies and music. What can I say?
I was going to say 2019, you had like 5 or 6 movies come out. About 37 movies, I'm pretty sure you had come out in 2019. So it's pretty, we can see what you've been up to.
I love that this is a big enough question for some people that is one of my top Googled most questions. Like, what is Laura Marano doing right now?
Here's another good one. Who does Laura Marano look like?
Okay, well, I get so many different people, so I'm completely confused who I look like. Because I've gotten so many different women who don't look like each other. I think it just kind of depends on the day I guess it depends. I don't know. So I've gotten Anne Hathaway, I've gotten Winona Ryder, I've gotten Penelope Cruz, I've gotten Keira Knightley. So I have 4 women that I wouldn't say look like each other, but I've gotten all 4 of them.
Very exciting. And those, if you're going to be compared to somebody, those are good people to be compared to.
I'm down. Are you kidding me? 100%.
And the final question, where did Laura Marano go to college?
Well, I'm still going. I will graduate one day, years from now, because I'm going so slow and going part-time. But I go to USC.
Laura, thank you so much. It was a privilege to sit down and chat with you. And we look forward to seeing whatever you have coming out the rest of the year. And again, congratulations on Can't Hold On Forever. It's yes, it's been very great.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I'm so happy technology worked for us.